The grow-up part
That's the
always
Mike
gets
Dicker,
me.
Skip. You remember they asked Mike Dicker, Mike, why you so grumpy? Why you care?
It's a lot. But Chris Broussard's still with us. So what do you make of these comments from KD?
Let me say this first of all. I get it from a human standpoint. When you are constantly being criticized, constantly being written about, positively, negatively, all that, constantly being psychoanalyzed, constantly being speculated about, and some of that speculation and psychoanalysis is wrong, is off. You know, I'm not saying Ethan Strauss was off, but just in general, some of it is off. It can get to you. I understand that as a human being. But what KD has to understand is whenever you are in a job in the public sphere, whether it's an athlete, an actor, an entertainer, a politician, you get screwed, you get criticized. You get criticized. I've gotten criticized. Like, that's part of the job.
Yeah.
Look at the most powerful man in the world, the president. Whether it was Trump, before him Obama, they are constantly being criticized, crushed in the media. That comes with the territory. And you get paid handsomely for it. Now, I know money doesn't solve all problems, but it's a nice consolation. And when KD says, I just want to play basketball, no, you don't. If you just want to go to the Y and don't get paid and just be one of these dudes running open gym all day. If that's
Rucker take him.
Right. You want to play basketball. You want to make the millions of dollars. You want to get all the perks and benefits and the fame and the women and the shoe deal and all that. All right, this comes with the territory. I get it. It's not fun as a human being, but I get it. It comes with the territory. And part of it for KD is knowing who you are. Like a Michael Jordan and a Tom Brady, clearly they thrive off the, Brady said it, Jordan used to do it, they thrive off the negative criticism and stuff in the press. Some guys are indifferent to it. Other people are so sensitive and their personality, they're a people pleaser, and when they see criticism, it gets in their head and they got all these voices in their head and can't do their job. I think LeBron realized that. When after they lost to Dallas, that's when he started going 0, dark 30, 23, is that what he calls it, during the playoffs. Off social media, I can't let all this stuff in my head, pay attention to it. If I were advising KD, if I was his agent, Rich Kleiman, his boys, whatever, KD, he needs to get off social media.
Right.
Yeah.
He needs to not read the papers.
That's impossible.
Right. I know he's a millennial, right?
Addicted.
He's addicted.
He need to go 0 6 months.
Right.
0 dark
it's
6 months.
It's making him miserable.
Crazy, yeah.
And you have to know who you are. There are players that play for the Knicks, that play for the Jets and the Giants, that don't read the paper because they don't look at the back page because they know it'll mess with me. KD needs to get off of social media, and that's part of growing up is recognizing knowing who you are. I can't handle it.
Skip.
It messes with me. It's making me miserable.
Yeah.
I'm
Skip,
done.
you go ahead and go, but can you imagine him in New York?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
Look, if he goes there with a Kyrie or somebody else, he'll be okay because they'll be really good. KD, do not go to New York by yourself because you're not going to win a championship. You're not going to, probably won't even be an Eastern Conference finalist if you go by yourself, and they will destroy you. They will kill you.
I hadn't thought about
So,
that.
no, don't. You're right, Shannon. Don't even think about going to New York if you can't handle it.
I've said for years, Kevin Durant is the thinnest skinned superstar I have ever observed in any sport. But I'm going to treat him now the way I treated Jordan and the way I now treat Tom Brady. I don't care what they did off the floor. I don't care about Brady's Giselle and Ugg boots and the Trump hat. I don't care about any of it. I just care about how you perform. Unless what you're doing off the field starts to interfere with what you do on the field, I don't care about it. I only know that Tom Brady is a cold-blooded killer in the clutch in Super Bowl after Super Bowl. He's done it 6 times with 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime for 6 rings. Kevin Durant has impressed me greatly as a basketball player in the last 2 finals, where I thought his thin skin would break in the finals. I thought the first finals with Golden State, he was under intense national scrutiny. Everybody in the NBA world was waiting for him to fall flat on his face. And he took it over. And he made the shot of shots right in LeBron's face. And then he won back-to-back finals MVPs. Man, that really impressed me because I didn't see that coming. So to me, I told Shannon this earlier, I'm going to tell you this now. The more I watch that rant, it feels contrived. It feels a little premeditated to me because Kevin's always had this weird sort of identity crisis. Am I a good guy or a bad guy? And I think he likes being the bad guy. Remember, they tried the shoe campaign for a while back in maybe 2013. Kevin Durant is not nice. Remember that? Because he was coming across as too nice, right? So now he loves being the bad guy. And I think he just took this opportunity. He just seized the opportunity to go on a rant that felt a little over the top, like he was just waiting for the basketball question because he'd already rehearsed his mind. I'm going to drop the mic at that point. I'm going to walk off. And it just felt a little stagey to me because he thrives on this. He lives on social media because it's like his lifeblood. He needs people to say you can't.
You think he really?
Because
he seems miserable though.
No, but
Tom Brady relishes. I mean, you see Tom Brady's.
Yeah, he doesn't seem miserable.
He relishes it. Jordan relished it.
I think Kevin loves the validation that when they say KD, you better than LeBron, or KD, you this, KD, you that, it's the criticism. He's willing to accept the praise and adulation. It's the criticism. But you know when you're great at anything. Skip, even Michael Jordan faced criticism.
Right.
No matter how great you are. I mean, the best baseball, basketball, whomever it is, no matter what it is, you're going to face criticism. So if you're willing to accept the praise and the adulation, you got to be willing to take some criticism, because if you can't, if you only want to hear praise and adulation, it'll wreck you. It'll wreck you. And KD, at some point in time, it's a part of your job. I get it. You want to just do this, but I can assure you, if they're not asking Loney questions,
right?
They're not asking Quinn Cook questions. If they weren't asking you questions, you're not got a shoe deal from Nike. You're not making $30 million. You don't have a $300 million shoe contract for Nike if those reporters are not asking you questions. There's a reason why. The guys that get the majority of the questions, those are the guys that make the big bucks. Those are the guys that have the shoe contract. They go hand in hand, KD. I know you understand that, and I know it gets frustrating, but everybody can't just pat you on the back and throw rose petals at you as you walk by.
And KD has to understand, like, he's all over the place with the media. You know, he was talking on podcasts every week. It seemed like he was on a different podcast. And then he went dark, right? 8 days, I think he didn't talk to the media. Right after the Knicks made the trade.
That's on him.
He fed into it.
Just keep talking. Just keep talking. And maybe a week from now, I ain't got nothing to say for you. I ain't got nothing for you.
He detonated this.
Yes.
He's the most accessible Golden State Warrior, pre and post game. Yeah. He's the one who talks the most.
Yeah.
Then he drops out of sight right after the. What would you leap to?
What you think? That's why some people. I was talking to somebody today in the league that was like, they think this upset him too because it's really what he wants to do.
Sure.
He does want to go to the Knicks, and he will be taught. He said Kyrie's one of his closest friends. You know, I know he knows AD. Like, who knows what could be in store with him and somebody else going to New York?
But
he doesn't want to ruin this season. That's the thing.
Right.
But it's all because I can think how uncomfortable it must be to walk into that locker room with everybody thinking you're on your way out.
Well, I know what one thing.
Draymond's already.
When you walk into that locker room, I know what one of them thinking. I know what one of them thinking.
Draymond?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
He called you a garden tool. And I ain't talking about a rake. That's what he called it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. He said it. To your face. Right. Now, that's one thing. Well, I heard such and such said this about you. Man, you know, my grandma said, boy, it ain't what they say behind your back. It's what someone's willing to say to your face that will have the most the impact on you, Skip Bayless. The man, Skip, how you in the heat of competition? Man, I can't even imagine. I played 14 years. I played college ball. I played high school. I can't imagine a teammate. Now, maybe somebody else from the opposing team say that. You know, okay, I get it. You know, you say things. But a teammate gonna call me that to my face in the heat of competition? Ooh.
But you got some muscles KD don't have.
Yeah. I have to agree with
you
that.
got some muscles LeBron doesn't have because the same guy called him the same word.
Same word. That's an opponent. I clarify that because I know you're going to go to that. I mean, an opponent saying that is one thing. Yeah. But a teammate, I got to have you. Yeah, I got to have you, Skip Bayless.
All right.